It's really difficult when you're up against a real legend of the sport like Barney. He's a great guy, Luke, and all the talent in the world. Just a fabulous throw. It's just effortless when you stand here. He's one of them players when you stand behind him, he just makes the game look ridiculously easy.
60.
He's transferred those skills onto the stage, and what a player! Just to be number 1 seed is a real credit to where he's come the past sort of 2-3 years.
60.
And he'll want to kick on. He had a tremendous 2022 on the European tour. He's had a very, very good 2023. But I think he wants to get back over that winning line again, Chris.
Yeah, not experienced that yet, but he's holding that number 1 seeding precisely because he's reached the final in half of the events he's played. 6 events, 3 finals.
59.
And in all of the ones where he's reached the last 16, 5 times he's got to this round. He's won every single time.
97.
Barney did beat Luke in Bahrain in the World Series earlier this year, a result that actually may have contributed to Humphries not being selected for the Premier League. Goes and wins that tournament. Perhaps he would have been. Who knows? Speculation. Barney now speculating at this finish. Well, Luke Humphries starts with a ton topper, and Barneveld answers in kind. Going to be that kind of game, is it, Glenn?
Yeah, I must admit on Friday I felt like their doubles must have been like buckets because everybody couldn't miss a double. And when it comes to the finals day, there's not a lot to separate between these guys. If you look at all the statistics, we are talking just little bits here and there, just maybe a little bit of magic. Well, a 137 and a 104 go a long way, just to let you know what it means to these players and how tough it's going to be to reach that promised land this weekend.
Humphries will be heading straight off to another World Series event, actually, the US Masters in New York, Madison Square Garden. What a place darts is in right now.
Yeah. He must look at, he used to be a roofer, Luke, and where he is now, and he's just living the dream, and he's, like I say, he's a great player.
100.
He's demonstrating all them qualities, has all the attributes to go to the very, very top. And what I mean by that is to be a world champion. And he's come through the system as well. He's a tremendous development to a player. Won a challenge tour as well, and really kicked on with a Players' Championship win, 4 European wins. So he's on that upward slide. And
Luke requires 73.
Yeah, he's doing everything so right at the moment. And really nice to watch as he looks at this 73. We're down to double 8.
Game shot
Only needs the one. It's a finishing masterclass so far for the pair of them.
To throw first.
Absolutely is. A stunning start in that department between this
57
pair of Premier players.
$140.
Yes, the roofer versus the postman in pre-occupation. So Luke will want to be going over the top to get the job done today.
60.
Whereas Barney will want to put a first-class performance on and stamp his authority on the game.
Well, he's got a high ceiling, hasn't he?
Boom, boom.
82.
Showing there the difference so far, but I mean the standout stat really is that every single finish in the first 3 legs that either player has gone for has been taken out.
Yeah, some of the dark camera angles
100.
there just give you a real flavour what it's like. Just to get that feeling about being able, all them hours that you do on the practice board, can you then transfer it into the intense,
100.
high-pressured situation like it is here in single thing? And it's all about the elite now, this top 16. It's going to take something very, very special today.
57.
I've really liked Dave Chisnall, Rob Cross. They're both in the same part of the section as well, but just every quadrant that you look at is just talent after talent.
41.
Well, there is a possibility that Luke Humphries could meet Rob Cross in the final and end up in a World Cup shootout. Would be remarkable.
99. Luke, you require 138.
He's had a 137. He'll stay there. Still a big favourite for this leg, and what's really important
106.
is this would be for a break as well, because 128. Wow, double 16.
Oh,
96.
yeah, by the way, that Cross
Luke
Humphries
required
final was the
32.
final last year here as well. Both players for the first time missing an opportunity to finish. Humphries now for the first time missing a double, but that doesn't last long. And now he breaks Barney and takes complete control of the tie.
It's very easy when you're playing Barney to get sucked into the whole atmosphere, the environment. And I think what Luke's really working on, he knows he has the talent. He's working on that mental side of things. After scoring a 43, you know, how does he respond from that? I think for me, that's the next phase for
81.
him. Told my dad not to come today, but there he is in the crowd.
Well, I think the most popular person other than that bloke will be Martin Schindler.
100.
And he takes on Gerwyn Price in the fourth game.
Yeah, for fear of repeating myself, the crowd has been absolutely outstanding. Quite knowledgeable as well. You know, we've had the usual hostility and the support for the Germans, but overall, I think they've been very, very good. And just listen to them now.
Well, that match I just mentioned will be the ultimate test, won't it?
But when you talk about mental strength, I'm just seeing something really special in Gerwyn Price right now. He's had such a long weekend and can still produce a 98 average as Barney. Smashes in the first 180 of the match.
Yeah, what a time as well, because he was in danger of disappearing in the game, but suddenly he reaches brilliant heights and now looks at tops to break straight back. Oh, does that hinder him? He has moved a little bit, trying to open up an angle, but you can see how much that dart was blocking the bed. Very difficult to remember Barneveld that.
Interesting, I noticed on the second that he looked at Luke's score as well, and he won't like the look of that first dart. Big day. He thought that was in, he was moving. 9, that transition's never easy. But when you're as good as Luke Humphries, that's exactly what you can do. That is splendid darts.
Game on.
Yeah, the superb finishing. High five for that from Luke Humphries, who's got a big day in more ways than one today.
140.
Named after his favourite football team, Leeds United Kings of Europe. Luke spells that. He was a King of Europe himself with his form on the Euro Tour last year, but Leeds United facing a last day relegation dogfight in the Premier League. His darts case actually is a nod to the Leeds United colours. See over his shoulder there, the blue and yellow.
Yeah, part of the Premier League promo as well. He went to Leeds and practiced with the guys when he played there as a challenger. He told me we're a big fan. I couldn't work it out. I thought he was a real Southern, but he explained his reasons behind his love for Leeds. But I guess someone has to up the borough.
Well, he's
60.
Only going one way up, hoping they won't be going down.
$98.
Such an attractive throw as Barney. Just seeing different aspects, different sides to where he is now. He's not the dominant force he once was. But for me, he just seems to be enjoying the game so much. And see how it goes with this double top.
Game shot the sixth flag.
That's how it goes.
Seventh flag, it's Luke to throw first.
For Luke Humphries right now, it's back on throw. My mentality in this situation, 58. When you're 4-2 up, just hit a 15 down and make your opponent hit a 12.
Yeah, it was a similar position to yesterday.
96.
He was actually in a better position, wasn't he? 5-1 up against Krzysztof, who hit back. Humphries started missing doubles, didn't he?
100.
Did hit plenty of those in that match. 5 of them. That's his first of this match.
Yeah, just to sort of give you, Luke hits round about 50% of every time he goes for treble 20. So 1 in 2 darts. That's how good these guys are. If you want to be an elite player, every second dart they're hitting the treble. So for Barney, it tells you how tough it is to try and break the throw of the number 1 seed.
Well, needs to move here.
170.
Does it with aplomb.
Just when you think Luke's beginning to run away, he won't like that first one.
51.
Well, we see some sparkle here from the old hand of Dutch darts. Needed at least the 25.
We can set it up. The 78 is definitely not a gimme. You can already see Luke staring that 18.
75. Luke,
well,
requires
not
78.
a gimme, but in this match, it kind of is for Luke Humphries. 137, 96, and 73.
Game shot.
Add another one.
Luke Humphries.
Once again, the reaction from Barney. You could smell the chance there. When you're up against these real top players, you're just feeding off scraps. And that's the way
100.
Barney just looked resigned for Luke. It's just a great asset to have. It's a wonderful attribute when you know under pressure, you're getting one dart or a double, and you complement that with high scoring like that. That is why the guy's a winner.
For some reason, he just feels at home on the European tour. Raymond's response is excellent. Not too little from Barney, but it might be too late.
140.
So for Luke Humphries, it's looking like a last 16 win in 6 attempts in 2023.
60.
He always like bullseye on that last dart then.
61.
Just brings Barney back into this game here. Oh, yes.
130.
Might be a case of oh no, based on what we've seen so far from Luke Humphries. The combination finishing has been divine. And he gets a go at the ball.
96. Raymond,
a reprieve for Raymond.
Silky smooth. Barney's back. The double 16. Big dart.
32. Luke, you required 25.
So, double 8.
Game
and in it goes, and Luke Humphries carries on this fabulous form on the Euro Tour that's stretched back a couple of years now. Barney beaten in the last 16, failing to reach the quarterfinals for the first time in 6 years. Luke Humphries seems to do it every week, and it's a fabulous win for him. A 6-2 success for the top seed, who may well be the top dog in the European Darts Grand Prix. Yet again, his title defence continues, goes through to take on the winner of our next match, Gian van Veen, against Josh Rock, after beating Raymond van Barneveld by 6 legs to 2.
Cool-Hand Luke Humphries ist unser erster Viertelfinalist hier beim Interwetten European Darts Grand Prix. Luke, congratulations. Average of 95, 96, but especially important in this game. 6 out of 9 on the doubles. After yesterday, I think that's a good sign.
Yeah, my scoring really didn't feel there today. I really was struggling. Maybe people could see I was pushing and pulling, and I just couldn't find that scoring range. And usually it's the other way around. My scoring's great, my doubles let me down. You know, this time it was my doubles was the key factor. So some good finishes in there. Ray didn't play like he can, but you know, in the end he started doing what Chris did yesterday. You know, finding it at the right time. I'm thinking, just put the game to bed. Don't overrun it now. And yeah, really happy to win that game. It was a tough game. It's always tough against Ray.
I was going to say Raymond played some lovely stuff yesterday. I mean, he whitewashed Andrew Gilding. That's a warning sign already.
Yeah, you know, whoever I play, whether it's Ray or Andrew, I know I was going to be in for a tough game. Every game's tough, but you know, I believe in my ability. I know what I can produce, and you know, I played my B game there and still won very comfortably. So tonight I'm going to have to bring my A game to win, and you know, 3 more games and I can pick up the title. But I'm going to have to play a lot better and I have to score a lot better as well.
Next round, it's going to be either Josh Rock or Gian van Veen, arguably the 2 biggest talents in this sport at the moment. I mean, these 2 guys, incredibly young, incredibly talented. You're definitely up for a challenge.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're 2 fantastic young talents, but you know, I've been there and done that. I've been a part of being the young talent that's about now. I'm getting older now. I'm not look like that anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, I hope it. You know, I like them both, but I hope Josh wins because there's a lot on the line this weekend. And you know, me and Josh is fighting for a World Cup spot. Hopefully, it's me and him. I hope I win, and then I hope I play Rob Cross in the final because you know, me and Rob have had a great sort of bit of fun about the World Cup spot. And it'd be a fitting way to finish the tournament with me and Rob Cross in the final. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting game, the next one, and whoever may win, I'm looking forward to it.
The guys on commentary earlier alluded to your allegiance to Leeds United. Not only the darts nerves today, but also very nervy affair there.
I mean, last year we had a great time. I won the tournament and Leeds stayed up, and you know, hopefully today I win again and Leeds can stay up as well. But you know, at least one of the two would be lovely. But yeah, it's not looking great for Leeds United. But if I could pick up the title, it would give me some sort of comfort, I guess.
Hey, Luke, congratulations on the win. Best of luck tonight in the final session. Ladies and gentlemen, cool hand to Luke Humphries.
We fell in love as the leaves turn brown, and we could be together, baby, as long as skies are blue. You act so innocent now, but you lied so soon. When I met you in the summer,
And welcome back to the wonderful Glass Palace here in Singlefingen. Absolute top of the pops for the top seed Luke Humphries. If you want his title, then come and get it. An outstanding performance with his doubles being absolutely delightful. For Barney, hopefully he sees the positives, because I believe them positives outweigh the negatives this weekend. He's showed some real class and was beginning to really turn back the clock. But for Luke Humphries, once again, he was absolutely outstanding. And it's going to take a good man to beat him. With that carrot hanging over him of representing England at the World Cup. So many big names, so many big games. The next one really stands out. Two of the best talents in darts right now, Gian van Veen and Josh Rock. But just look at what come up. Another Damon Heta Joe Cullen meeting, and the list just continues. Gerwyn Price, the headline act as always. Sensational darts.
Herzlich willkommen zurück zum Interwetten European Darts Grand Prix 2023. Die Sonntagnachmittagssession live und präsentiert von der PDC Europe hier aus dem Glaspalast in Sindelfingen. Wir holen unsere nächsten beiden Achtelfinalisten auf die Bühne und begrüßen aus den Niederlanden ein Sieger auf der Development Tour und der Challenge Tour. Ein Finalist auf der Pro Tour. Hier kommt Gian van Veen. Sein Gegner kommt aus Nordirland, die aktuelle Nummer 29 der Welt. Mit einem Titel auf der Pro Tour, ein European Tour Finalist. Can you smell what the rock is cooking? It's Rocky Josh Rock!
Yeah, and welcome back to the Glass Plus here in the wonderful Single-Fingered. Two of the best young talents in world darts right now. A potential absorbing game, a thrilling game, dynamic. That's how good these two players are. It's a big build-up. The two sensational young players. Josh Rock in your picture there once again. Very similar to Luke Humphries, with that carrot hanging over him of representing his country at the World Cup. And for Gian van Veen, just a real talent, a born winner. Absolutely sensational so far this weekend, and a game that just sprung out when we looked at the timetable for the whole day. It's going to take a real good player to win this game. Nothing really separates him in the statistics and the numbers. Once again, it could be just that little bit of magic that separates these two class acts. And welcome by Dan Dawson.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. This game, I mean, it was even before it was set up. I was looking at the draw and thinking that would be some tie, because Josh Rock is undoubtedly the top young talent in the game. But Gian van Veen is a player who is rapidly building his reputation.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Only his fourth appearance on the European Tour.
Game on.
He has managed to win games for the first time this weekend. And not only did he see off Jermaine Watermainer despite 102 average from Jermaine, he then
41.
took out Danny Noppert. Well, those lads are in the right place, let me tell you.
83.
A little bit of shoulder came into that last start there. That tells me that, because I was just looking at the demeanour of both. Both looked very happy, very settled. But that little bit of shoulder that came into that last start for Gian there, just tell me that, you know, the tension, the nerves will be up there, and rightly so. It's about managing those nerves. And he's doing that rather well.
180.
Yeah, well, that is his 8th maximum of the weekend. He has played quite a few legs. It was 6-5 against Jermaine and 6-4 against Danny, but it's still a good return.
134.
And he's got a pretty good return when he's gone up against Josh Rock in the past. Oh, look at him go. Surely he uses that first dart once. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, he beat Josh in a development tour final last year, and he also beat him on the Pro Tour this year in a last leg decider. Josh did have a victory over Gian on the development tour as well, on the day that he went on to claim the title. A single 17 and tops would be a breaker throw for the Dutchman.
97.
Doesn't quite reach it.
Joshua required 152.
Still make him favourite because the 152 is a tough ask. Uncharacteristically slow start for Josh. He just seems to be looking down somewhere. Just a resetting. For Gian, all the hard work's done. Now it's just that execution of the double. Easier said than done under these circumstances.
10. Joshua required.
Well, Josh only scoring 26 for the last visit means this is much harder than it might have been. But this lad can do anything. Oh, it's a beaut. Rescue act from Josh Rock.
It's Gian to throw first.
You remember at the beginning when I said sometimes it's just a little bit of magic that separates these two players?
180.
Well, you've seen it in 2 visits on both. And what will frustrate Gian is that he had darted a double there. But I'm always keen how people respond from that disappointment. And that 180 tells me he's now in the mood. Sometimes it's good to get a punch on the nose in a boxing fight before you can relax. Well, maybe he's just had a bit of a knockdown there, but he's fighting
100.
back.
I don't often have a look at the odds when we do these events. But I thought I'd have a little nose around today because there is an awful lot riding on this. And in this half of the draw, not only have you got the title favourite Gerwyn Price, which was a pretty obvious guess, I'd got that. But with Luke Humphries, the number 1 seed defending champion, looking to win the title again and get in the World Cup. Josh Rock also looking to win this title. It would be his first Euro Tour title and getting the World Cup for a debut himself.
57.
I was very surprised to see who the bookies had made second favourite for the title. As Gian looks at the 11 segment and now looks at the bull. And Gian van Veen with a bullseye finish of his own. And this is top stuff from 2 brilliant young talents in the opening exchanges. Now, I naturally thought maybe the second favourite would come from the other half of the draw away from Gerwyn Price. Maybe Dave Chisnall, who's won a couple of these this year. Rob Cross, who's been playing excellent stuff and, of course, reached the final of this last year. Maybe even a Ross Smith or somebody, you know, European champion who's played some excellent darts. It's not. It's Josh Rock. Yeah, the bookies reckon Josh Rock is more likely to win this title than anyone other than Gerwyn Price. And that's despite Luke Humphries in the same little section of the draw as
I can sort of relate a little bit to that. There's a lot of pressure. I think he was like 7th favourite for Ali Pali last year. And I guess when I came over in 2019 as well, and I was sort of regarded above. And I looked at some of the names that were below me, and I was like, what's going on here? So to Birdney has to sort of go. And this is what I say, it's a very individual sport when you're up there. But just keep watching him look over to his team, his friends, his family. He's doing it right now. And then, you know, all them sort of little things that shouldn't really affect him. He's not setting the odds or anything. He just has to